Hello students, welcome back to the new session of our science lesson number 5, coal and petroleum. I hope you had seen the previous video in which I had explained very clearly about the uh, petroleum and the fractional distillation of petroleum and which products are mainly or getting from this petroleum. You can see on the screen today that a refinery is having a place where the mineral oil or the crude oil is passed through a big furnace at a different level. It will be condensing at a 400 degrees Celsius. The oil is passing through a big chamber and there are different outlets you can see. In each outlet, through that the different constituents of petroleum will be condensing and coming out. So this process is known as refining. Fractional distillation takes place in a refinery and the process is known as refining. So today we will continue with our chapter, that is the third type of exhaustible natural resource, which is natural gas. What is meant by natural gas? Natural gas is found along with petroleum in reservoirs under the ground. Where the petroleum wells are there or petroleum fields are there, along with petroleum, this natural gas is also producing. It is chiefly made up of methane, though butane and propane are also present in small proportions. So the natural gas consists of maximum quantity of methane and a small quantities of butane and propane. It can be uh, easily transported through pipes and it is a clean non-polluting fuel. Now you will study about what are the characteristics of natural gas and how it is useful to us. Natural gas is a very important fuel because it is easy to transport through pipes. Natural gas is stored under high pressure as compressed natural gas, shortly call it as CNG. You are knowing CNG. Most of the auto rickshaws nowadays you can see they are filling the CNG. CNG is used for power generation. It is now being used as a fuel for transport vehicles because it is less polluting. So it is also called as a cleaner fuel, less polluting the atmosphere. So natural gas, it is very important. It is coming from the mineral oil field or mineral oil reservoir under the ground, and it chiefly made up of methane and less quantity of butane and propane is also there. It is a very important natural a fossil fuel because it is easy to transport through pipes, and natural gas is stored under high pressure as compressed natural gas, shortly call it as CNG. What are the advantages of CNG? The great advantage of CNG is that it can be directly for it can be used directly for burning homes and factories where it can be supplied through pipes. So there is no cleaning or any refinery work to do. Directly through the pipeline it can be taken to the houses or the industries or the factories as a fuel. That is the benefit, and it is easy to transport and it is also less polluting, so it is called as a cleaner fuel. Such a network of pipelines exists in Vadodara in Gujarat, Vadodara and some parts of Delhi, and even in our Surat also you can see these pipelines. Natural gas is also used as a starting material for the manufacture of a number of chemicals and fertilizers. India has vast reserves of natural gas. India is having so many mineral oil fields, so automatically there are natural gas also getting from the from our country. In our country, natural gas has been found in Tripura, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, and in the Krishna Godavari Delta. So, natural gas is also used as a starting material for the manufacture of number of chemicals and fertilizers. That is why it is called petrochemicals. India has vast reserves of natural gas. In our country, natural gas has been found in different places like Tripura, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, and the Krishna Godavari Delta. So, natural gas is also as important like coal and petroleum. Along with the petroleum, natural gas is producing itself and it is widely used for domestic purpose, then for vehicles as well as for the factories. Moreover, it is also used for preparing different chemicals and fertilizers. The most of the natural gas obtained in India from Tripura, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, and the Godavari Krishna Delta. Hello, students. You had already studied in the starting of this lesson that some natural resources are exhaustible. Among them, the main ones are coal, petroleum, and natural gas. Along with that, fuels. Along with these fuels, forest, wildlife, minerals, etc., are also in limited quantity. So they are also exhaustible natural resources. Now, coal and petroleum are fossil fuels as it is obtained from the dead remains of organisms or plants. It took millions of years to get converted into these fossil fuels. On the other hand, the known reserves of these will last almost a few hundred years. Whatever fossil fuels are deposited under the earth, it will exist only for a few hundred years. Moreover, burning of these fuels is a major cause of air pollution. When we will burn this type of fuels like coal, petrol, diesel, kerosene, etc., then air pollution also takes place because it contains maximum carbon. Their use is also linked to global warming. If they will be polluting and more carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide is accumulated in the atmosphere, so the result is called greenhouse effect, that is global warming. Then it is therefore necessary that we use these fuels only when absolutely necessary. So whenever it is very necessary, that time only we have to use it. So cut short the use of these fossil fuels so we can maintain the level of fossil fuels for more time or more years. This will result in better environment, smaller risk of global warming, and their availability for a longer period of time. If we will use judiciously and precisely, these fossil fuels will be existing for a longer time. So next generation also can use this. At the same time, if we will use less fossil fuels, then environment will be more clean and less pollution takes place. And if environment will be clean, then global warming also will be less. In India, the Petroleum Conservation Reserve Association, we will shortly call it as PCRA, Petroleum Conservation Research Association. that association advises people how to save petrol or diesel while driving. So some points they had mentioned such a way that if you will use, then we can cut short the pollution. First point, drive at a constant and moderate speed as far as possible. Second one, switch off the engine at the traffic lights or at a place where you have to wait. Third point, ensure correct tire pressure. And last point, ensure regular maintenance of the vehicle. So these are the main 4 points which the Petroleum Conservation Reserve Association, that is PCRA, advises people how to save petrol or diesel while driving. So because most of the vehicles are using either petrol or diesel, so maximum this type of fuels are using in vehicles. So drive at a constant and moderate speed as far as possible. Second one, switch off the engine in traffic lights. If heavy traffic is there, instead of engine working, we have to switch off it. Or at a place where you have to wait. If you are waiting for someone or for some purpose, we have to switch off the engine so that we can save petrol or diesel. Next point, ensure correct tire pressure. Tire pressure before going for a ride or taking the vehicle, you have to check the tire pressure and ensure regular maintenance of the vehicle. Vehicles should be maintained in proper way so that the excess use of fuel can be controlled. So these are the points which you will be keep in mind while driving so that we can save petrol or diesel. These are the advice of Petroleum Conservation Research Association. So nowadays you can see India produces only about 30% of the petroleum that we need. But the population of India stands second place in the world. First one is in population, China is the number one, second one is India. We import the rest. So remaining this petroleum we are importing or we are taking from other countries. The exhaustible resources like coal and petroleum will be finished soon if we do not manage them properly. So our population is increasing day by day, hour by hour, so that the number of vehicles which we are using per day is also increasing, so that the resources like coal and petroleum will be finished soon if we do not manage them properly. So there is one chance for us to control the or minimizing the use of this fossil fuel. We can also use natural gas as a substitute. Natural gas is a byproduct. It is directly we can use it. So instead of petrol or diesel, we can use natural gas as a substitute. The reserves of natural gas discovered by us have gone up 10 times within 20 years. So every year by year, the quantity of natural gas will be increasing under the earth. So we can use this natural gas as a substitute of fossil fuels like petrol or diesel. Alternative sources of energy such as solar energy, wind or biomass should be used in place of fossil fuels. This if we will use solar energy, wind energy, biomass, etc., then environment will be clean. No global warming takes place because these are all pollution free fuels. So this way we can control the or minimize the use of fossil fuels, so we can preserve them for a longer time, so the next generation will not face the crisis. Along with that, we are concluding the chapter coal and petroleum. All the main points which I had discussed in different videos, You have to listen again and again, so all points you will be very clearly understood. And just as a short summary, I will tell the main points which you had revised in different videos. Coal, petroleum, and natural gas are fossil fuels. Fossil fuels were formed from the dead remains of living organisms millions of years ago. Fossil fuels are exhaustible resources. Coke, coal tar, and coal gas are the products of coal. Petroleum gas, petrol, diesel, kerosene, paraffin wax, lubricating oil are obtained by refining petroleum. Coal and petroleum are resources are limited. We should use them judiciously. So, just as a summary, whatever main points I had discussed in various videos, the short summary is this only, which are the exhaustible natural resources: coal, petroleum, and natural gas. What is meant by fossil fuels? Fossil fuels are formed from the dead remains of plants or organisms. It took millions and millions of years ago. And all the fossil fuels are exhaustible resources. And from the coal, by processing the coal, we will get coke, coal tar, and coal gas. Whereas from the petroleum, we will get the constituent products like petroleum gas, petrol, diesel, kerosene, paraffin wax, lubricating oil, bitumen, etc. While doing the fractional distillation of petroleum. This fractional distillation will be taking place in a refinery. Coal and petroleum resources are limited, so we have to use them judiciously so that the next generation will not face much crisis for energy. So students, whatever I had explained the whole chapter, listen again and again, try to understand. Coming days you will get all the notes of this lesson. When you will get the notes, please note down in your notebook all the notes. Keep the index also properly and lesson wise. Copy the notes and learn also. We will meet again with another lesson. Till then, take care. Goodbye.